it's Tanya from Vibrant Living with Tanya and author of Cookie Dough in the Dark, which I don't have with me. Anyway, okay, so what's the number one mistake that we make when it comes to wanting to lose weight and not getting the results? Can anyone guess? So there are 5 mistakes that we typically make, but today we're going to focus on number 1. And that is that we focus on calories and not our hormones. So for decades, we have been caught up in this calories in, calories out. This food has certain calories. Follow, a 2,000 calorie diet each day without understanding how calories actually influence our hormones. And if our hormones are not balanced properly, we cannot lose weight long term. So many of us can diet and maybe lose weight for a little bit, but then we stop and everything comes back on. So I don't teach diets, I teach lifestyle habits. So let's just talk about a couple of things that you can do so that you don't make this mistake anymore. So the calorie model is so outdated. It's time to let it go. Seriously, all right? What we want to focus on is what we're eating and how it affects our hormones, specifically our insulin. So right now, there are over 85 million people with pre-diabetic conditions, insulin resistance, that are not showing up when you go get lab tests because it's just beginning, but it's showing up in how we function throughout our day. So belly fat is a sign, memory loss, fatigue, and I said memory loss, brain fog, kind of like, what's going on. So if you're feeling like you have any of these signs and symptoms, it's telling you something that you need to know. So what can we do? So I know we've heard this 1,000 times, but it is so important to stabilize our blood sugars. And what does that mean? But when we choose the proper foods that keep our blood sugar levels like this, as opposed to up and down, what we do is we learn to use the fat in our fat cells instead of drawing energy off of sugar. So this is when we talk about being a fat burner versus a sugar burner. We have trained our bodies to be sugar burners, and that is not what we want to do. We want to be a fat burner. We want to get into the cells and pull fat out. But if our hormones are all over the place, this is not going to happen long term for weight loss, okay? So choosing foods to stabilize your blood sugar. So I sent out an email yesterday called Melt Your Belly Fat, which gave you some options. Some of them were avocados and cinnamon and broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, ginger, turmeric. So really adding those things into your day. And I also gave a recipe for my green smoothie that we have every day. And that might be a little crazy. And you know what? When I first started green smoothies, I'm like, this is disgusting. But I learned to like them, and the benefits are huge. And I have seen amazing changes in myself because I used to be one of those people that was totally fixated on calories. And I wanted, if this was this many calories, I had to work this off so not to gain weight or lose weight or whatever. And basically, I couldn't get rid of my belly fat. And I didn't understand gut health and hormones. And frankly, I didn't care because I just wanted to be skinny. But I just kept going around and around, like banging my head on this desk, wondering, how can I get rid of this belly fat? And when I really understood how to stabilize my blood sugars, and one of the first things I did was change my breakfast, and I use a Juice Plus Whole Complete, which has lots of fruits and vegetables in it and has the same insulin response as a piece of broccoli. So it is not affecting my blood sugars. And unfortunately, so many of us are eating breakfasts that are throwing our blood sugars all over the place. I'm just going to start with that one meal. So the other tip is to reduce your toxic load. So there are so many more toxins. I don't want to scare anybody. I just want to be honest. So many more toxins now. We have EMF waves like cell phones, all these things, they affect our cells. And we need to be stronger to be able to support this resistance to getting toxins out of our cells. So poor fat metabolism is the accumulation of toxins in the body. So what you put on your hair, your skin, your nails, the water that you drink, the EMF, all of this stuff really and truly affects our toxic load. And our body is designed to take these toxins and put them in our fat cells to help us so that we don't get sick. So it's doing a fantastic job, right? But we really need to look at, are we still drinking from plastic bottles? Are we putting food in plastic? Are we touching the BPA receipts, right? All of these little things can have a massive impact if we start to switch. What are you putting on your skin? So years and years ago, I totally cleaned out every skin product, every cleaning product out of my house, and I switched to Beauty Counter, which I absolutely love. And you can totally check out the EWG.com, the cosmetic database, just to see where your skincare sits on the toxic load compared to Beauty Counter. So that is one switch, and I'll put my link there. There's lots of free gifts right now, so it's a super time to start switching over. So those are two tips to help fix our hormones. So remember, calories are out. How is the food affecting your hormones? Because when your hormones are out of whack, when your insulin is shooting up, it is causing havoc and it's not getting rid of your belly fat. Secondly, our toxic load affects our hormones. So reducing your toxic load, so getting rid of nasty cleaners, changing your skincare, stop drinking from plastic and using plastic. Those things add up. Okay, I would love to hear what you are doing to help reduce your belly fat, and because when we share, everybody benefits. And later this week, I will come back with tip number 2. And also on Monday, April the 1st, we are starting our Shred 10 program, which is a phenomenal lifestyle program about changing your habits for the long term. And what we do is we focus on adding healthy things into our diet and removing the things out of our diet slowly over a time, not a crash diet, not anything crazy, with whole food to help support your cells and your hormones. So if you're interested, please contact me and I'll give you some information. Bye.